Okay, so there's lots of thoughts on one here. I have my hair in a braid right now. I did like a liquidy henna 3 weeks ago, okay? But I haven't washed my hair fully. Like, I was doing it once a week because I felt like I was getting scalp buildup for a while with Nexerol shampoo for like every week for like a couple months. Like, and then I just felt like whatever was happening kind of was mitigated. And then after I did henna, my scalp just felt really good. So, but I do like Nexerol shampoo as well, like now that I've discovered it. And if I had known about Nexerol shampoo like 3 years ago, I never would have done that second big cut. But Nexerol shampoo is amazing. It really is. And I don't know, I've been hesitant to talk about what I thought could have created my scalp as irritation, but I think I know what did. And I've never had it before 2021, okay? And but I feel like I know what created it, and I feel like sometimes maybe our body reacts to things that haven't been tested and it's been vetted, you know. But this doesn't mean like I'm gonna go into why I think it happened. But yeah, I just never had any scalp issues before 2021, and that was why I had ended up cutting my hair back in 2022 because I felt like I'd had some scalp irritation. But Nexerol shampoo clears that up, you know. And you shouldn't cut your hair just because you have scalp irritation. That's what I'm gonna say at the end of the day. I think at the time, I just was in a place where, like, a lot of people were like, "Well, why are you growing your hair long? Is this for you? And you should just try this." And I regret doing it every day. I do. Now, the first time I cut my hair, it was because I had a tangle with henna. But see, I was transparent on my channel, and a lot of people are not transparent in their life. Like, a lot of people view YouTube as fantasyland or escapism, and I don't do escapism YouTube because I don't think that is fair to the people who watch my channel who want real deal people. Because I've been on this journey to figure out, like, what type of YouTuber do I want to be. And I'll tell you, like, no matter the content, the people that I admire to the 120 are the transparent, non-gatekeeping realists. Like, I'll tell you, one of them in Hairland is Audrey Victoria, and a lot of people get mad at her because she cut her hair too. I mean, she's so much bigger than me. I'll never be a big channel like that. But I saw she got a lot of backlash. Her hair wasn't even as long as mine was at one time. Like, she had waist length hair, but she got a lot of hate and backlash when she cut her hair recently. And now she's just transparent about how she uses sulfates and silicones in her hair, and she's getting good results, you know. Well, I have my hair in a braid right now, so I'm going to talk a little bit before I start brushing my hair. So, but I've seen people just on her channel, like, they're giving her hate. Like, even though her hair is short now, she did the same things when her hair was long as when it's short. And people are, like, coming to her channel with hate, and they're saying that she's going to ruin her health because she should be using more expensive products. And, oh, because sometimes she does body care products, and I guess she was using Johnson & Johnson baby oil, which is based on mineral oil. And I know I stopped using products with mineral oil a few years back because we heard all this literature about how it might not be good for you because it's derived from petroleum jelly. But recently, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm kind of like rethinking. Like, I still love coconut oil, okay? But I'm just kind of rethinking, like, all of this greenwashing, that because companies, they jump on a trend. And I think a lot of people think, oh, like, these particular products, whether they be hair products or whether they be skin products, are better for you because, oh, there's been some research that show this one product might be bad. Like, look, I don't think Johnson & Johnson's is a bad company. I don't usually buy it, but I will tell you this. I think I have some of their shampoo. Now, my little sister doesn't live with me anymore, but where she was staying, like, they gave her some baby shampoo, and I told her don't waste stuff because I don't believe in that. And I've used this before. I haven't used it recently, but I might use it again, like, just because I don't think Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo is bad. And I actually don't have a problem with their detangling spray. And you know the detangling spray I love right now that I've been talking about the Turkish detangling spray that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and it says made in Turkey. This is a dupe for Johnson & Johnson's No Tangle Detangling Spray. So I don't really necessarily think that Johnson & Johnson's, even though yes, they had one product that had talc in it, but if I have heard right and read correctly, I think they took talc out and now they're using a cornstarch derived derivative for the baby powder. But I wouldn't buy baby powder anyway. But I don't think all the Johnson & Johnson brand is bad. Like, is it for me? No, because I'm not a baby. Like, I personally, I'm not going to buy baby oil, but I think Audrey Victoria, like, she has baby oil in her house maybe because she has babies, she has kids, so maybe she's trying it. And there were some people saying, oh, you shouldn't put this on your skin and it's so bad. Like, personally, would I put baby oil on my skin these days? No, but I remember when I was a kid in the 90s and I put baby oil on my skin and I'm healthy today. And okay, so there's a lot of things in our modern life that are made in a lab. And I don't think all those things are necessarily bad. Like, do we really want to go back to like the 18, 17, and 1600s when you had to forage and create all your own products? I mean, maybe some people do. If you want to live that life, that's fine. But I like some natural things, but I'm okay with using some modern things. Like, for instance, I love this CoverGirl CG Smoother, and this is Sunblock Natural. No, a lot of it's made in a lab. I don't think all modern things are bad for us, but to go to somebody's social media page and tell them that they should be using clean beauty products and how it's bad for their health, that's not necessarily true. And then hair, I'll tell you why. Because, you know, I think that could be part of the reason that I had scalp irritation, because I was following some YouTubers or some hair people who thought you should use sulfate-free shampoo. Like, I don't know why I fell for that in 2020 going into 2021. So I was experimenting with some sulfate-free shampoos, and then I was trying something that's just not for me. And actually, what I've learned recently, all hair types can benefit from actually using a clarifying shampoo that has sulfates. So all these people that are talking, like, I know that there's some big YouTubers that talk about like a specific kind of like hair routine where you shouldn't use any products with sulfates, any products with silicones. I'm not their audience, okay? If that works for you, there's a book, I think, but it also is linked to some products that cause like problems. Like, I don't know if you remember the Diva Curl scandal. By the way, I just had to smell my orange. It's a locally orange. It's a Valencia orange. These ones are the best because they have thin skin. I love a thin skin orange. They're easier to peel, but they're sweeter too. But the navel oranges are pretty good as well. So yeah, I'm extended out hair washing again. Some people wash their hair every day. Some people wash their hair once a week. Some people feel like if you aren't using green products, that's really bad for your hair. But I personally, I'm over the green product thing, because a lot of it's just marketing and packaging 101. They still use products made in a lab, but they might add some, essential oil. You could add your own essential oil. Will I go out and buy baby oil? No, I won't. But do I think, like, oh my gosh, like, I know my sister was like, oh, I don't like Johnson & Johnson shampoo. And I'm like, no, it's good. It's fine. It's, like, I read the ingredients. It's not, this one doesn't even have sulfate, I think. It's just a very gentle baby shampoo, but I do occasionally like to do this on my hair. So I might, because I do 2 to 3 washes. Like, I'll go, like, a week or 2 without washing my hair. I've gone a month this time because I've been doing root rinses. Well, 3 weeks ago I did henna. But what I've been doing in the shower is I let the water hit my roots, and then I have my Turkish detangling spray. This one I actually watered down, so my hair kind of gets wet when it's clipped up, but I leave it like in braids and clips so it doesn't get tangled. And, you know, wash your hair as much as you want, but personally sometimes I go with my intuition. And if my intuition says, oh, you can go a week or 2 or 3, you're okay. But I haven't used like sulfate soap on my hair in a month because I did henna. And henna just... Yeah, with henna, I feel like it clarifies your scalp, but I probably will wash my hair today. And I do a lot of scalp rinses. That's the one thing I love to do. Like, I love to just rinse my hair in the shower with water. I'm really big into that. Probably gonna go shopping in a bit. Hairbrush. So I guess the point of my story is, don't be afraid to use products that other people think, oh no, they're not clean beauty. I can't use this product because it's not a clean beauty product. Look, it just seems silly. Like, if those are the products you can afford and use, and you want to use, and some of the influencers actually that people have been criticizing, they do use high-end products. They just actually use drugstore products. But drugstore products were never bad. They just have a perception as not being good because, well, marketing 101. Of course they're going to market the more expensive product to you. They make more money. But I remember following Hair Talk, like there's a lot of East European, Slavic, like Russian women that have really super long hair. And when people would ask them, like, what do they use on their hair? They use the drugstore brands in their country, and they have really long, thick hair. So this supposition that you can't use sulfate silicones or you can't use drugstore shampoos is just like that. Like, for instance, you could go to Sephora and there's this brand called, I mean, I don't think this hair oil is specifically bad. It's the Moroccan oil one, but it's not even natural. And that's fine too, because I have my Yves Rocher one, which it has some other ingredients besides coconut oil in it, and I like this one. And I do like this Moroccan oil one, but this was something my sister gave me because she got it at Sephora and she didn't like it. But I'm not going to spend $40 on a bottle of oil for my hair. I'm just not going to do it. In fact, if you want like another brand that's similar, there's a dupe, and I have it in my kitchen. I show people. I'm going to use this one for henna. So there's this OGX one. It's called Argan. I've had this for a couple of years, but I think I want to use it on a henna treatment. And it's the same thing, really. It even smells the same. This one's like $9 or $10 at the grocery store. You can buy drugstore shampoo. That's cheaper. Not shampoo, oil. So just my whole point is, I don't think you need to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to buy shampoo. And I think that's why a lot of people are getting mad at Audrey Victoria. And I was reading her comments, and some people were like, they really, and she says it too in her videos, that she doesn't gatekeep her channel, which is good. I mean, there's other YouTubers that I don't think do either. But this whole gatekeeping on the channels, it's kind of silly, right? To just say, oh, like, to not... I know some people like to have that, oh, like, look at me, I'm an escape artist, or I'm escapism, and you can watch me, and this is not real life. But I will never be that YouTuber, and I have realized through, like, the people I follow, they're not those kind of YouTubers. Like, even the big ones that might use a little bit more editing, like, sometimes I edit videos. Actually, my shorts, I've been doing a lot of editing on those. I just don't always have time to do a big, long video anymore. But when I do shorts, I've been doing editing in the CapCut. I really have. I made some songs on Udio. I thought it was, or is it Udo? I don't know. I thought it was Udio, but somebody said it was Udo. Like, I made some AI songs because Well, I don't know. I just didn't always want to use the songs that YouTube suggested because I don't know. I know they say you can use them for 30 seconds, but I made this AI song. I'm not. There's a couple of them I really like, but some of them I'm like, it sounds really weird. And then YouTube has this option now where you can just make your own AI generated background song, but it will only last for 30 seconds. It's interesting. But yeah, I've been playing around with AI songs just because I don't really want to use a song that somebody else has produced. But people want some sort of background noise. I don't need it personally. I kind of love the more raw live streams where you don't have it, to be honest with you. It's not really my thing. Some people really like the background music, but I don't really play it, like, unless it's the AI one I made, but I like one of the AI songs that's really catchy. I'm like, oh my gosh, I like you. I like you more. Like, I don't know. It just ended up being really good, but some of them are just really weird. Some of them sound like there are several different songs playing together, and it's interesting. But it's kind of fun to play with, and I'm not saying like, ooh, I'm a music producer. I'm just a casual YouTuber. And I'm into non-escapism, non-gatekeeped YouTube. And this goes into a lot of topics. Personally, I'm just talking about the harem, but there's a lot of people in various topics. They want to gatekeep. They want to seem like there's some sort of escapism. They want people to like think that they're a paragon of this, and they want people to strive to try and achieve that in their own life. But I kind of like people that are more real deal, like, hey, and this is just the truth. Somebody that has a video like that or just has looks like that, of course they have somebody that helps them. And this can apply to any topic, right? And then Hair World, it can be that, you know, they get sent a lot of things by PR. And now I feel like everybody's becoming a little bit more transparent. Like, yeah, I get this in PR. Well, there's one sad thing about the Trump years that I regret. I feel sad about. First off, like, everybody's like, he was so great and they voted for him for this one thing. This is the sad part. I haven't heard from the Chinese companies that used to send me, like, there were a lot of things I said no to, but there were a few things that I said yes to. And yes, I'm a smaller YouTuber. I've never claimed to be a big YouTuber, but they would sometimes, I would get emails from various Chinese companies that would want me to review different products. And I have been doing this for like three plus years on my channel, and on and off. And ever since Trump became president, I haven't been hearing from those little Chinese companies. Like, they're just smaller companies that want YouTubers to like do a review about their product. But ever since that happened, I don't know if that's the reason because of Trump, but I noticed right after he took office, I haven't been hearing from them. And I'm a smaller YouTuber, but I feel like this could impact bigger YouTubers as well. Like, tariffs, this is going to hurt our economy, but, you know, everybody's in this world right now, and I talk a little bit about politics because I do think about it, but I just think we live in a world right now where you have a lot of people, this is what I'm seeing, like, apparently these people have always thought these thoughts. Like, some people were a little bit more out and open about it, and you always kind of knew if you paid attention and you looked. But there were other people, they were more subtle about how they had certain kind of questionable, like, but now it's kind of being heralded because now Trump's president, he said, oh, like, we shouldn't cancel. I never believed in canceling people to begin with. I'm not about that vibe. But there are just things like, okay, I want to be a nice person. That's what I want in my life. I like to be around people who have a soft edge. And this has nothing to do with you being liberal or conservative. There are some conservative people that have a soft edge. I might not agree with all their views, but they're not the kind of people that want to, like, rage bait people. And their views are different than mine, okay? But they're not rage baiters. They just simply believe, like, they have their reasons and whatever. That's theirs. They can do that. And then there's some liberal people that are really hard edge. And I can't relate to them at all because they're very cruel, and that's not my vibe. But you have conservative people that are kind of hard edge, and I don't like a hard edge. If you have to say something where you dismiss human life, where you are just hard edge and mean, I'm not your fan. Okay. And that seems to be really popular right now. So I'll watch the news, but I'm kind of, the last few days I haven't read as much of the news just because I'm like, oh, here we go again, another news story. And this does not make us feel good about the world. This doesn't make us feel good about ourselves. Plus, at the end of the day, my view on politics is I've been a really busy bee. Like, I was so busy yesterday that I didn't have time to take a break, okay, in the afternoon. And I realized I haven't gone to the bathroom in 5 hours. So I don't have time like that. Like, maybe some people have time to devote all their time to what's going on in politics. I don't, okay? I just don't. And I don't want to spend my free time, like every single minute of my free time, on news stories that, yes, in the past, news stories have always promoted tragedy. But now it's just like they're kind of ramping it up. And I might not agree with everything politically that's happening in this country right now, which I really don't, honestly, to be truthful with you. But I just don't think it's healthy to spend every minute. Like, I'll still talk about it again, but I've had to, like, if you need a break from, like, politics, just take a break. And and look, you don't have to have, like, this faux escapism, I think, or gatekeep escapism. You can just have transparent, like, reprieve. Maybe that's the difference between escapism and reprieve. Escapism to me is that you're looking for something that doesn't exist, and you're following people that create this illusion. And, you know, maybe some people really do live those kind of lives, but I love, like, YouTubers who are on camera who they are in real life. Like, there's a lot of people that they don't have a persona. That's why I've never said I was a product. Like, I know that was really popular a few years back to say I'm a product and I'm a brand, and no, I'm just Julia, and I want to talk about long hair. And I talk about things that affect us, but I also think this is another good thing if you want to grow your hair long, is to know about what's happening in the world, but to also understand we don't want to devote our time to people who have a hard edge, because we want to be happy and tranquil in life, you know? I do anyway. I don't want to spend the rest of my life feeling like, ooh, like people that have certain views have to be the loudest. And you know what I've noticed too is there's still people that are very super popular that have these certain views, but they have this polished persona, and then they promote the view and people kind of like them. But then you have regular people who are just not as exciting, and they say the same thing and nobody really notices that they're even saying it, because I don't know, there's just nothing really captivating about them. But I don't believe that those people aren't captivating, honestly. I think it's because people just aren't honest about, like, following all the things that are cycling in the world might not be the best thing. Like, talking about what everybody else is doing might not be the best thing. It's good to hone in on what I'm thinking, what you're thinking, and to me, long hair growth is what I'm thinking. Like, I want to grow my hair long and enjoy my life, and I want to continue knowing about what products might be good to, like, mitigate scalp irritation, to detangle hair, because I have wavy hair. And I like to be real deal, and I'm going to tell you, if you are having problems with tangles, this stuff is chef's kiss. I love this personal care detangling spray, but if you are looking for a dupe or you don't live near the Dollar Tree, get the Johnson & Johnson's No Tears detangling spray. I'm not going to buy that right now, but I've heard this is a dupe for that. But it kind of turns me on to, like, why did we think sulfates were bad? And I think the thing that's in here that makes it so easy to detangle your hair is N-dimethicone. And that's not a bad ingredient. Like, the whole sulfates and silicones are the devil incarnate thing, I don't agree at all. I think they are actually really good for detangling your hair, but you do need to, like, when you wash your hair, use a shampoo with sulfates that has a surfactant. Because all shampoos have a surfactant, but these sulfate-free ones, the surfactant is not as strong. Actually, like, for instance, it's interesting because this one is sulfate-free. So the surfactants in this one is the coca dipropyl butane one. I'll have to look that up to make sure I'm saying it correctly. It's not as strong. Like you sometimes, as an adult, like on a baby, if you're washing a baby's hair, yeah, you want something gentler like that. My sister just does not like that brand, so she gave it to me. And I'm like, I don't know, I don't waste stuff. I've used it before. Like she gave it to me a few years ago, and I used it. I'm like, I'll use it from time to time. See, I'm kind of like, I don't like to waste stuff. I'm very frugal like that because I'm like my mom, like where you use up everything you have. And honestly, that's another thing I'm going to say about our modern times where I see that people do need to improve on. Stop wasting your stuff. Like if you have a whole bunch of stuff, use it up before you buy a new one. Like this whole idea that you have to go buy more and more, that's just wasteful. Like if you have shampoos you haven't used yet, use them or give them to somebody else, you know? Like you can share things with people. I feel like we've stopped doing that and it's kind of weird. Like why don't we share things that we don't want with somebody who might want it rather than just throw it away? In fact, somebody was talking about how Nextdoor is a really good app for that. Like if you have things that are unused and you haven't used them yet, or I don't know, even if it's partially used, if you know somebody who would be okay with that, just give it to them. You know, and they'll use it instead of throwing it out. My opinion, like I don't see the point of wasting stuff. But I have such a different opinion on these things than other people. Other people just are very pro, oh, if I don't like it, I'm getting rid of it today. It's not really my opinion on it, but hey, what do I know? Okay, and this comes to hair types next. I'm just talking about, like, this is a very stream of conscious video, like when I do my lives. I just talk about different things that are on my mind. So I have wavy hair. I probably have 2B hair, okay, when it's washed. And I don't try to make my hair be wavy in a certain pattern to wear loose. When I was shorter a couple of years ago and I was just washing it and leaving it like that, you could see the waviness come through, and you can still see it, but I don't try to promote it in a certain way. And a lot of people think if you have wavy hair, you should just want to wear it wavy like that. But I realized for me, this is my truth with why I'm growing my hair long. Those people want to wear their hair loose and they want it shorter, and a lot of them want to wear it with slightly layered hairstyles because they're interested in certain trendy hairstyles that promote loose styles that are like emphasizing their waves. And I still can have wavy hair, but I'm not trying to make my hair do a certain thing. And their routines can be very good to watch. Like if you're wanting to do that, like with your hair, I would highly recommend those routines. But for me, I just want to wear my hair braided and then updos some days. Like the reason I wear my hair in updos is when Southern California, like, no, I don't want my hair blowing everywhere. That drives me bonks. Like I hate it. Like when it's the afternoon and your hair's just blowing in the wind. I don't like that. I really don't. And I've joked, and not really untruthfully, I've joked that rather than blow dry your hair, just go out in the Southern California wind and it will blow it everywhere. That's another thing too. I really don't like blow dryers that much. I have one that's older in my closet that I never use. But the one that I demoed like a couple of years ago from a Chinese company, which is a very good blow dryer, I gave it to my sister because I'm like, I'm never going to use this thing. They make a noise, like even though when they're quieter, I hate the noise of blow dryers, and I hate the sensation of how it's blowing your hair everywhere. Like that drives me crazy, okay? I don't like it. And then I was given a flat iron to demo, and I'm like, am I ever going to use that thing? Maybe again when I do a hair trim. But I don't really. I have another one that I actually like more that I bought, and it's just like a brush that you can flat iron your hair straight with, so, you know. good, everybody? Lord, times have come. I have a song stuck in my head, but I don't play music in the background because I just know YouTube doesn't like that. So people were mad, like, why don't you play music in the background? I'm like, I will only play the AI songs in the background just because, well, I don't claim to be a music artist, but AI songs are just, they're not copyrighted. It's just like a blend of things. And honestly, I'm not even sure that one AI song I like would be a song people would like. I've never heard anybody when I put it as a track in the background say, wow, that's wonderful music. No, I think it was just something I made for the background of my song because I wanted something. But I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, AI song, you're beautiful today. Ooh, you're great. It's an AI generated song. I made one just because I needed something. Well, sometimes because I want to cover up background noise when I make a short. I probably should do voiceover ones one of these days. I'm thinking that could be good. I didn't fully brush out my hair yesterday because I was running out of time. So I'm just kind of trying to gently detangle it. So when I wash it today, it'll be a little bit. I'm going to go somewhere, but I'm going to put it in a braid too. I'll make it. Let's see. Our times have come. Our times have come. Da 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 da.
really need to just get out and do what I need to do today before it gets too late. Okay, there we go. Just band it off, in my opinion. I'm ready to wash my hair tonight for sure. You don't even have to do a messy bun when you are ready to wash your hair. You can still braid it. I just think you have to be very. You take your time brushing it out, like. But I always kind of prefer to take time brushing my hair out more. It's not always the most popular thing. I think people just like to go, but I'm more just like I'd rather take a little bit of time because I don't know, people spend a little bit of time styling their hair, so why can't I spend that little bit of time brushing out my hair? And I love to brush out my hair, honestly. And honestly, it also helps to cut down on scalp irritation when you brush out your hair. And yes, I have wavy hair and I brush it because my go-to is I'm going to wear it in braids. I'm not going to wear it loose, short, because at this length with wavy hair, that would be silly. Even people with curly hair that have longer hair, they tend to wear it in braids or updos. They're not wearing it loose. Like the people that have super long curly hair, like especially in the 4 range, they're gonna do braided updo styles or braided styles, like, and that promotes hair growth. And I feel like if you are in the 1 range, you can do a lot of those nautilus buns and those cinnamon buns where you just twist your hair. But I found that stuff, like a lot of us have always said, would not be good because that's just going to get knots in your hair. And that's why if you're in the 2 range and above, you usually need a braid as a base before you do an updo, just because it prevents tangling. And I think if your hair is still tangling and it's curly and you're braiding it, maybe you need to learn how to detangle your hair better. You probably need to use more leave-ins and detangling spray. And I love these things, and they don't have to be silicone-free. Dimethicone is great for detangling your hair. I personally will continue to use it. People that go to like a big influencer's channel and tell them, oh, that's going to be unhealthy for their hair in the long term. That's just not true, because I've just thought about how for years we used those things, and then all the research was like, oh, it's so bad for you. But really, the rebranding wasn't that different. They have similar ingredients. It's just something different. And sometimes it's worse because when I was using the shampoos without sulfate, it wasn't clarifying my scalp enough. And when I would use conditioners that didn't have silicones, my hair would be so tangly. So if you want to promote extra long hair growth, to me, it's better to have ingredients that are for detangling. Now, of course, women used to use oils to detangle their hair, but guess what? Back in the days, women weren't washing their hair every day. It's just, especially if they wanted super long hair, and they weren't even washing it once a week. Like, I probably wash my hair more, get it wet more than like a Victorian woman would, which of course I think like for hygiene you should. Like, I still do scalp rinses, and I water this down. This is my watered down one that I just like to use on my hair so my hair gets very wet all the time. Like, I am always rinsing my roots out in the shower, like even when I'm not washing it, because I don't do dry shampoo. So for me, I just braid my hair, put it up in claw clips, and I let the water hit my roots. And I kind of massage it in some places, and I find that just really works well for me in between washing my hair. And I don't think Johnson's & Johnson's is a bad brand, although it might not be what I would buy, because I'm not a baby. Like, their products are marketed towards babies. Their products are marketed to people with babies. Oh. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.